This
To you
conference
all.
will now be recorded.
Welcome to this session of SAP EHS Demo. We'll be first taking a small introduction and then we'll start discussing about SAP and SAP EHS module. So I can see there are a lot of you who have joined today. Uh, could you please just state your name, designation, and what is your total experience and what you are currently working as? So I think that would be a brief introduction. Then I'll introduce myself. Maybe we can start with Daniel. We have Daniel with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, my name is Danial Munir. Originally, I'm from Pakistan and currently I'm in Germany working for a firm called UPM. We are building in Germany one of the first biochemical refinery. So
Okay,
I'm working over here as a health and safety
okay,
supervisor.
okay. Fine, Daniel. What is your total experience working as a EHS professional?
Around 6 years now. I started from Middle East and now
Okay,
I'm in
good.
Germany. Yeah, yeah, good
So
to know.
your most of the experience is into the construction?
Yeah, all the refineries, oil and gas
Hmm.
turbines, things like this.
Okay, okay. And one last thing, Daniel. Why do you want to do SAP EHS? Did somebody suggest you regarding this?
No, no, actually, my way of work is like this. I always used to follow the LinkedIn, and I
Hmm.
always looking to learn something new. When you put EHS in LinkedIn, you will also get the SAP also
Yes,
in the
yes,
search
yes,
box. So it's give me
yes.
some kind of suspicion, and
Hmm.
then I try to search about it and did my research
Okay.
about it, and then I figured it out. There is really good opportunities
Hmm.
over here in especially in West,
Yes.
Europe or America. So
Yeah, yeah.
therefore I started to explore and I come to you. So
Yes,
I hope it
absolutely.
will be going good for us. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely, definitely. So ironically, SAP is from Germany. I
Yeah,
hope you know that SAP is a German-based company,
yeah.
and they are renowned. They are operating since last 50 years.
Hmm.
So that should make that should give you some ideas. Like it is really a good software, which is used mostly in European countries
Yeah,
and American region as well as in Asia.
yeah.
Anyways,
This
I'll
is
give a
how.
more information regarding
Yeah,
this.
sure, sure.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you, Daniel. Let's move on.
thank you.
Yes, welcome. We have Vinay, Rakesh, Rajesh. Uh, just a brief introduction, stating your name, designation, years of experience, and why do you want to do SAPHS?
Hi, Nayas.
Hi, Vinay.
I'm Binoy Ghosh. I have 9 years experience in HSE, mainly in oil and gas construction and maintenance.
Okay, okay.
And previously, I was in Middle East for last 7 years,
Middle East. Okay.
and I'm not working now for last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I resigned from my previous company, and I'm searching
Okay.
for a new kind
Mm.
of job. Before I was
Okay.
in site always, so I was
Yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah. Same
I'll try some.
experience.
Yeah, I'll try
Mm.
something new.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
good.
this
That's
is
good.
related to IT, I think. I don't have
Yes,
much idea
absolutely.
about
It
this
is.
SAP EHS,
Mm.
so
Mm.
I
Okay.
think
So
you
it
can
is
give
out
an
of your
introduction.
own curiosity that Vinay, you want to just explore technological side of EHS, I can say.
Yes, yes, correct.
Yeah, definitely. You see, SAP EHS is one of those modules where whatever you have learned over the years working as EHS professionals, you get an opportunity to showcase your skills working for a IT company. So mainly, don't worry, here you won't have any site work. I know how difficult it is, especially in Middle East, working at site. I have done myself. But it is a more comfortable job working as a consultant, and whatever experience you have gained, you are going to utilize that experience in providing consultancy services for the client companies. So more or less,
Okay.
whatever knowledge you have about EHS, it will be very beneficial when you work as a SAP consultant. So more about it, I'll definitely throw some light on that. Okay, thank
My
you so much,
main
Vinay. Yeah, tell
one thing,
Vinay, please continue.
my
Hmm,
my main concern is, will the transition
hmm,
be difficult, because I am purely site
hmm.
based and this is like IT. So my
No, it
experience
won't
is not
be.
relevant.
Uh, no, it will not be much difficult for you to cross over from your core domain to IT. Uh, exactly, that is what I have done when I had about 7 years of core experience, right, in EHS, and I was facing the same thing, like working for 12, 15 hours at site and not having enough break and
Yeah,
exposed
yeah.
to the weather conditions in Middle East. It's not an easy job at all,
Yes. Yeah.
especially as you are gaining age, as you are gaining more experience. You would want to try something new apart from being just around at the site level. So
Yeah.
that is how I began my career as a SAP consultant. I learned SAP EHS module and then I migrated to the IT sector. It won't be difficult. By the way, people have this tendency thinking, should I know the programming languages? Should I know more about IT skills? Will it be easy for me? Don't worry, it is easy. Provided you do some work, you practice certain things in the software, then definitely yes, you can. You can work as a SAP consultant.
Okay. Okay. That's all from me. We can move on.
Yes. Okay, Vinay. Thank you so much. Yes, we have Rakesh or Rajesh. Anybody, please. Over to you. Yes, Rajesh. I'm not able to hear you. No, there is some issue, I think, your end. Sure. Fine, Rajesh. Yes, Rakesh, you can please continue. Rakesh. Rakesh Selvam. I can see that you have raised your hand. Okay. No, you can just unmute yourself. You should be able to unmute yourself. Okay,
Rakesh,
once.
I have unmuted you. Can you please now talk?
Yeah, I think, yeah. No, he can. Yes.
Hello,
Tell you, sir.
my name is Rakesh Selvam.
Yes, Rakesh.
I'm in 2.5 years in EHS field. Past
Mm-hmm.
1 year, last 2023, I was 22. I was working in Chennai as a
Okay.
SAP supervisor in MEP. Currently, I'm working
MEP
as
services.
EHS
Mm.
executive in Sumatra Infra Construction Company.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
And why do you want to do SAP EHS, Rakesh? Still, you are new in EHS,
Hmm. No, sir, I
but
just
uh,
mostly in office also. I was doing only documentation regarding to all sites only. Documentation,
okay,
incident
okay.
reports, only everything I was doing that. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that if I do this means it will be more easy for me to improve in career.
Yes, absolutely. So you are more like from a corporate EHS, I can say.
Corporate means I'm in construction, but more of my workspace will be in office only as a coordinator.
Mm. Mostly the documentation work will be
Ah,
carried out by you. Yeah.
Documentation and IMS and all I'm involved in like that.
Okay, very good. Okay. So in that case, SAP EHS will be even more beneficial to you.
That like
Because
like that only.
who knows, if you get any other good opportunity in a big MNC company, normally they
Mm.
do all this documentation work, generating reports, and everything is done using SAP.
Yes, sir.
So, no, now nowadays, if you can see in most of the companies, they are not using MS Word or MS Excel sheets. Those are old things, old stuff.
Yes,
Nowadays,
yes, yes,
nobody uses them, right?
yes, yes,
Either
yes,
SAP or some other ERP software is used in most of the companies.
yes,
So,
sir.
of
Yes,
course, if you work for corporate EHS, definitely SAP knowledge is going to give you more confidence and you
yes, sir.
will be able to showcase your talent, right?
Yes,
So I think that's a good thing, Rakesh, that you want
yes, yes.
to do SAP EHS.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Rakesh. Thank you so much. Yes, let's continue. We have many other people here. Fine. Maybe I'll unmute Suman. Maybe I have to individually do that.
Hi, Nayat. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Suman.
Uh,
Yes.
Hi. This is Suman. I'm having around 9.5 years of experience in procurement area, where I have
Hmm.
experience into SAP MM and Ariba. Currently,
Okay.
yeah, one of my managers suggested to learn this because we have some of the projects in pipeline. So
Hmm.
I just want to explore my knowledge in other modules. So that's the reason I have chosen
Okay.
EHS.
Hmm. So you're already
Right.
working as a consultant, is what I
Yeah.
believe, Suman.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. 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 Fine. Suman. Thank you so much. 9.5 years of experience. So that's
Yeah. Into yeah.
hmm. Procurement process, MM, Ariba, those things.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Let me
And
move on to
next,
the
I just
next.
want to ask one more
Yes, Suman.
question. Like
Yeah.
EHS would be completely in SAP or S4 also. It would be in.
See, we have EHS applications both available on ECC as well as S/4HANA. But
Mm,
the problem with EHS is that, there are different applications designed for ECC and for S/4HANA. If you go to S/4HANA, you have to use EHS management. It is not EHS, it is called as EHS management, where you have
manage.
only about 3 to 4 applications. Like, for
Mhm.
example, incident management is one of them, product compliance you have, environment management you have, and risk assessment. These are the only 4 components you would find in S/4HANA
Okay.
majority of the time. I'm not saying that there are no other components, they are available, but they are on a extendable basis. They are extensions of EHS.
Yes. Yes.
So you
Okay.
may need
Thank
a separate license for using those other
you. Mhm.
components. But in ECC, you have the complete package available in one module. So
Mhm.
you take up dangerous goods, you speak about waste management, we have a solution. Specification management, we have a solution. So it is all incorporated in one module.
One
So
more.
in that way, if you learn EHS classical, that will be more advantageous.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nayat.
Okay, Suman, fine. Okay, let's move on. Venu Gopal.
Uh,
Yes.
Hi, am I audible?
Rajesh, yes, yes. Please continue.
Yeah. Hi everyone, Rajesh this side. So I'm working as an assistant manager in JSW Steel. So totally have 5 years of experience in the safety profession. So
Hmm.
the main reason for joining a EHS, SAP EHS is for the work flexibility as well as to explore in the field of digitalization. So it would help me in my career path. So this is the main reason of joining it.
Yes. Okay, that's good, Rajesh. Thank you so much for sharing your introduction.
Yeah, thanks, Raj.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Venu, 1 second. Yes, Venu. Can you unmute?
Yes, sir. Sir, am I
Yes,
audible?
Venu. Yes, you are. You are.
Good evening, one and all. This is Venu.
Good evening.
Uh, I have 12 years experience in EHS. I completed my
Okay.
diploma in industrial safety,
Hmm.
and currently I am working for Elecon Engineering Company Limited.
Telecom.
It is a
Okay.
no, yes, sir. It is a manufacturing industry,
Hmm.
and it's manufacturing and it manufactures gearbox motors like conveyor belts,
Okay.
rollers.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
As per customer needs, we if customer want to erection and commissioning.
Hmm.
Uh, we have to
That is
complete
also done
both.
by your company.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, very
Uh,
good. Manufacturing as well as erection and installation of these
yeah.
mechanical
Induction installation and
equipment.
both mechanical, electrical, and
Okay, mechanical and electrical. Fine.
yes, sir.
And you have 12 years of experience, right, Venu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay, okay. Are you using any SAP software there in your organization?
Yes, sir. but it is not EHS. It's a different
Okay,
module.
okay. Yeah. So mainly they
SAP
use for
FICO.
procurement purpose. Yes. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes procurement or sometimes FICO module is used very commonly for finance related
Yes, yes.
stuff. Yeah. And SD sometimes for sales. Yes. But
Database.
EHS is also picking up a lot of scope. It is gaining
Mm.
popularity. So that is why we have so many participants today. Okay. Fine. Thank you so much, Venu. Let's again carry on. Maybe unmute Manish. Manish. Yes, Manish. Okay, maybe Sachin uh, or Iqbal.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Iqbal.
Myself, Iqbal, working
Yes.
in the similar mental compliances and
Mm-hmm.
to infrastructure imperative. So there
Mm,
is no use of SAP because nothing is manufacturing here, but we are using some other software like
mm,
to planning and Maximo and
mm,
the op related thing like asset management related. So
mm, mm,
these are two software apart from
mm,
ERP and SAP, module for enterprises management.
mm, mm, mm,
So I do around 15 year of experience. I'm working as a DGM capacity here. Uh,
mm.
the company HL India,
Mm.
right, sir?
Okay. Yes. So you are into dangerous goods management, basically.
So I'm not into dangerous goods management, but I'm looking after one of the project which they have to manage the assets. I mean related
Assets, asset management.
predictive and preventive maintenance, right?
Mm, Okay, okay. So you are more from maintenance background, I believe.
More from maintenance and compliance and securities for infrastructure, big packet
Mm-hmm.
projects for the
Okay,
diplomats,
okay, okay.
right, sir?
Then how come you are interested in EHS?
Because nowadays, we have gone through various qualification into the similar field. We are working into similar field. We have
Mm-hmm.
curiosity to know how about what is SAP, how it performs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Fine, Iqbal, not an issue. That's good to hear from you.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, okay, welcome. Let's carry on. So we have a lot of people. It's okay. We'll, anyways, we started the introduction. We'll carry on and then, yeah. Okay, Sukanta
Right, sir.
Chakraborty, we have Sachin, we have anybody, please introduce yourself. Send the unmute request. Yeah, Sukanta.
Yeah, hi, Nawaz.
Hi.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah, so myself, Sukanta Chakraborty. I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering,
Okay.
and since then I have been working with TCS, and
Mm-hmm.
I have, as far as experience goes, I have experience in support and uh, enhancement and maintenance as well for SAP EHS. I
Okay.
have worked with SAP EHS mainly in the ECC,
Mm,
but all modules, all the solutions were not implemented here. So I want to
mm,
explore what else is there in SAP EHS,
mm-hmm.
both in ECC as well as S4HANA.
Okay. Okay. Fine, Sukanta. So you are already a SAP HS consultant. You just want to know what are the other, topics that we can have in the EHS domain. Yes, definitely. I will take you through. Anyways, we are actually going to speak on the ECC. So there are about 8 components in this. So I'll take you through that in a bit of time.
9:30 and 10 o'clock தான்
But
முடியும்.
before that, let me take a introduction. Okay. Thank you, Sukanta. Let me carry on. We have two Rajesh both here. I think we have Muhammad Ali here. Let me send you unmute request.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Muhammad Ali,
Yes.
mechanical engineer,
Yes.
and SAP plant maintenance and production planning consultant.
Okay.
I have almost 2 years experience in plant maintenance and 6 weeks in production planning. So, and also
Okay.
I'm certified and graduated from Young Professional Program, SAP Young Professional Program.
Okay. And basically, from where you are, Ali?
I'm from Yemen, but now I moved to Netherlands, so I live in Netherlands.
Okay, you're currently working in Netherlands.
Yeah, currently I'm not working. I just moved here, so I'm just
Okay.
exploring. I'm looking for any
Alright.
opportunity.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ali. Noted.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Then finally, I think we have Anand Patil. Anand Patil.
Very much.
Good evening, Anand.
Sir, I'm talking from Pune.
You are from Pune. Yes.
I'm talking from Pune, and I have work experience around 10 years in construction industry. I'm working as a
Construction.
safety EHS manager.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
And also, I have done my SAP EHS training from Henry Harvin.
Hmm.
I came idea about SAP EHS from Henry Harvin, so I saw your post on LinkedIn, so I applied it for free webinar
Okay.
session.
Okay. So you have already done, but okay, no problem. You can just attend this session and see for yourself how beneficial it would be for you. Okay, and you're having 10 years of experience. Fine, Anand. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your introduction. And let me introduce myself. As you know, my name is Nas Pasha. I'm basically from Bangalore. I was born and brought up here. I have done BTech in electronics and communication and then started working as a EHS professional. So I have a brief time period of 7 years working as a EHS professional. I got the opportunity to work for various sectors, like namely construction or manufacturing. I also happen to work for a pharma industry and also facilities management. So, what I observed is in these different areas of engineering, the EHS is taken up in a unique way. So they have their own processes. The EHS system followed in construction is not exactly the same what we find in a manufacturing company. The EHS system that we find in manufacturing is not exactly the same when we go for facilities management. And pharma is altogether a completely different process oriented industry it is, where EHS plays a very important role. So, having gathered so much of knowledge from these different sectors, then I decided, let's see what technological side we can see for EHS. Because by that time, I knew that SAP is offering EHS module, and I wanted to explore the technological side of EHS. So that is how I learned EHS module, and then I started working as a SAP consultant. So 7 years I have experience working as a core EHS professional, plus another 7 years working as a SAP consultant. So I have implemented two projects and have also been working on a couple of support projects as well. And currently we are working from home. Aside, I have been also training people since last 4 years. introducing to EHS professionals how they can advance their careers or how they can actually work for IT company. Because just imagine, as a EHS professional sometime back, even if you would think, whether will I be able to work for IT company, the chances were very less because construction is too far away from the IT sector. There is absolutely no match, and the people who are working in construction, especially EHS guys, it was absolutely next to impossible to work for IT company. But now, because of SAP and similar kind of ERP software companies, even EHS professionals have an opportunity to work for IT company, and that is actually wonderful because there are so many educated, well experienced EHS professionals who are struggling in the EHS field. Okay, they may not find good opportunities in the EHS domain, or sometimes the company may not be supportive, the management may not be supportive, so they may think that okay, now I want to move on to some other sector. So if you have good knowledge in EHS and if you have relevant experience, then definitely you can leverage your experience working as a SAP consultant. Yeah, and there are much more opportunities available to work as a SAP consultant as compared to a EHS professional. If not, let's say you don't want to work for IT company, fine. You want to continue to work as a EHS professional, that is also fine. But what advantage you are going to gain? You can learn the technological side of EHS. You can learn what are the softwares which are available that you can leverage upon. And going forward, who knows, if your organization implements SAP or any other similar ERP software, then you will be in a comfortable position to execute that project. Or you can at least share your knowledge with your management, or maybe share your requirements with the management. So overall, upgrading yourself with the IT skills is not a bad idea. It is going to be beneficial going forward, whether you want to switch your career to the IT sector or if you want to continue to work as a EHS professional. In both ways, it is going to help you a lot. So instead of doing more and more certifications, OSHA or NEBOSH or this, that, diploma in NEBOSH and all, why not learn some IT skills also? Because going forward, guys, let me tell you, time is going to come when they take the interview for any safety professional, they are definitely going to ask whether he knows any EHS software or not. They will be definitely making it mandatory that every safety professional should know how to use one of the EHS softwares. So at that time, don't think that I should have done any IT program related to EHS. You have the opportunity, if you have time and if you have the opportunity, please upgrade yourself and learn any one of the EHS softwares. SAP is not the only one. You have Enablon, you have GenSuite, and there are several other EHS softwares as well. SAP is just one of the ERP softwares, right? So whatever being the case, please upgrade yourself, learn some IT skills as well, so that you can leverage your knowledge as well as the IT skills, and then you can get better opportunities going back. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Now let me share my screen. I have a small presentation. Okay, we have some SAP consultants also, and we have a lot of people from EHS background. So I will be just taking you through a very basic introduction to SAP, so that people are become familiar with what is SAP and what exactly SAP is and where and all we use SAP. So to make you a little bit familiar with SAP, I'm going to give you a few things on SAP's background. So anybody knows what is an SAP? Have you used it? I mean, I'm speaking about the EHS professionals. Anybody knows what is the full form of SAP? Let's start with the full form. What does SAP stand for? Okay, I'll tell you what it is. Fine, not an issue. SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. And as the name itself suggests you, this is a software that works on data. Don't expect any artificial intelligence or any robotic kind of support here. It is a plain software which works on the data. You have to input the data, let's say EHS data you will enter. And if you want to generate any kind of compliance reports, or if you want to generate, for example, incident reports, you can do that by using a SAP EHS module. Okay. So SAP is a software which is used to manage the company data. How it is useful? You see, when you are managing the company data, if you want to generate reports, or if you want to generate analytical reports, or if you want to do some analysis on the data, SAP will be very helpful in that. Not only it's about the generation of reports, but also to carry out the day-to-day activities of any business, you can use SAP software. Like for example, if you are into, let's say, sales, you are a manufacturer, you manufacture the product and you want to sell the product in the market. So earlier days, without the computer systems, without having any kind of software, people used to manage everything manually. Everything used to happen manually. All the data used to be maintained in registers. They used to manufacture a product, send that product to the market. So, it was a very slow process. But with the introduction of computers and the softwares in the industry, what has happened is it has drastically changed the landscape of manufacturing and other businesses. Now you can manufacture any product. Even during the manufacturing also, we have some modules in SAP that will help you in manufacturing. Let's say you want to manufacture some fertilizer for 5 tons, for example. We have a module called production planning, using which you can plan your production, how much raw material will be required, how much time will be required, and how much manpower do you have to deploy. Everything you can plan. And once the production is completed, you have sales and distribution module in SAP, using which you can carry out your sales process. And not only that, if you want to generate the invoice, you can generate the invoice. Or if you want to procure the raw material for your production, we have material management module. So any kind of business, when you want to carry out, we can take the help of SAP software. It is not only in terms of manufacturing, even if it is a services based industry, even if it is a financial industry, still SAP has a solution for every kind of business process. Okay, including EHS. So SAP is a software which is used to carry out your day-to-day business activity as a company, and it will help you to manage the company data in the system. So as far as when the company data is present in a SAP system, it is more secure, and the reports will be readily generated. The data accuracy will be very high. Okay, and if you have a report template already available with you, then generating the report is just a matter of minutes. It won't take much time. And not only that, whenever you want to, let's say, instruct a maintenance team to implement certain control measures, you see how it happens in our normal way. We have to write an email to the maintenance manager. We have to describe what kind of safety measure he has to implement. It is a very lengthy process and time consuming process. So mainly by using a SAP software, you can save a lot of time. It is very easy to use. And once the application is in place, then you can just use it in a very simple way. Okay, so these are some advantages if I have to say about SAP. Now coming to the SAP EHS module, like in SAP there are hundreds of modules. There are more than 100 functional modules in SAP. Functional module or module means it is one part of the software. Like if you want to do the manufacturing, let's say you want to carry out production, there is one module that will help in production. If you want to sell your product, there is a module in SAP that will help in sales. Okay, if you want to manage the financial data of your company, there is a module called SAP FICO that will help you in managing your financial data. If there is a HR department in your company, to carry out your HR activities, we have a HCM module in SAP. So no matter what departments you have, no matter what kind of business you are carrying out, to support that business, SAP has a solution. Then you have SAP warehouse management. Even for your warehouse operations, you can use warehouse management module. Or you have supply chain management. There are more than 100 modules, like I told. So SAP EHS is one of them, and SAP EHS is a very unique module. EHS itself is unique because you see, not many people know about EHS. If you go and speak about EHS for 100 people, I don't think more than 5 or 6 people will be able to tell you what is EHS. When that is the case, just imagine in the IT domain, how many of them will know about EHS? Very few. That is why there are great opportunities available for EHS consultants. Okay, anyways. So what are the benefits of your SAP EHS module? What exactly, how does it exactly help the companies? There are some points that I have highlighted. I will just go through them, but there are many more advantages. These are just bare minimum. First and foremost, SAP EHS module will help you to reduce incidents, to mitigate risk and facilitate safe working environment. Those people who are from EHS, they can understand this better than the people who are from other backgrounds. Okay. So the first point, like I said, it will help you to reduce incidents. But how can a software help you to reduce incidents? Can it really help to reduce the incident? Because that is what the first point is saying. It will help you to reduce incidents, to mitigate risk and facilitate safe working environment. How so? How will it help you? Anybody want to add some points here? Reducing incidents, mitigating risk, and facilitating safe working environment. Like I told you, it is just a software. It cannot do anything by itself. It can manage the data. It can help you to manage the data, or it will help you to generate the reports. It cannot do anything more than that. So how it will help us to reduce the incidents? See, it will give you a very clear picture. Where exactly is the problem? Where are the number of incidents that are occurring, in which part of the plant, or in which process the incidents are occurring? If you can pinpoint that, then it will be much easier for you to implement the control measures, right? If you know where is the problem, you can find a solution, you can implement the control measures, and then you can reduce the incidents. So what happens is, when you record every incident in a SAP system, ultimately you can filter down the data. You can see in the last 1 month, or maybe in the last 3 months, what were the major incidents that occurred, in which part of the plant the incidents occurred, and you can display that graphically. So what will happen? You will have a very clear cut understanding in which part of the plant there are number of incidents occurring, and you can take action. That is how it will help you to reduce the incidents. That is exactly what it means, right? That's one of the advantages. Secondly, it will allow you to securely and safely handle the hazardous substances in the company. Hazardous substances, there are many regulations that are in practice. Any hazardous substance in a company, you cannot store more than the allowed limit. If you are allowed to store 500 liters of diesel or petrol, that is the limit. You cannot say I want to store 600 liters, 700 liters. No, that will become a non-compliance. Any hazardous substance has to be stored in the company only up to the allowed maximum limit. But imagine in a chemical company where there are hundreds of chemicals being used, can you actually go to each of these locations and find out what is the quantity of the hazardous substance? If there are hundreds of chemicals, manually you cannot do that. It would be very difficult. So we have a solution in SAP EHS. What we have is, we call it as a substance volume tracking. It is one of the applications that is available, using which we can automatically track what is the quantity status of the hazardous substances. If you are using 15 or 16 hazardous substances, what is the quantity limit? How much of these quantities are present? And whenever this quantity is reaching the maximum limit, you can take action. Alert message will be generated automatically, and then you can take action and reduce the quantity. Right. So that's one of the hallmarks of SAP EHS module. We have substance volume tracking that will automatically generate the alert message whenever the hazardous substance quantity reaches the maximum limit. Because let me tell you, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, the hazardous substance quantity cannot breach the maximum limit. That will be a major non-compliance if it happens. Right. So that's why we have some automated system here called SVT, substance volume tracking, that will help us to keep the hazardous substance quantity in check. That is the second again advantage of SAP EHS. Third, it will allow you to continuously monitor incident patterns and devise improved risk management metrics. What does it tell you? Incident patterns. You see, the incidents or accidents in a company or plant can be divided into a number of categories. You have near miss incidents, major accidents, minor accidents, dangerous occurrence, unsafe acts, unsafe behaviors. You just name it. There are various incidents. And when you are creating a log, when you are creating any incident log in the SAP EHS module, you have to classify it. You have to classify whether it is a near miss, whether it's a major accident or a minor accident. So when there is a clear cut classification of incidents, it will help you to concentrate more on those incidents which are becoming a majority of concern. Like if there are more number of near miss incidents occurring in a plant, then you can concentrate more on those near miss incidents. You can allocate more resources to handle those near miss incidents. And you can come to know that clearly because graphically we can segregate these incidents into near miss, major accidents, and minor accidents. Graphically, you can represent the data. Whatever the data you feed into the SAP system, that can be used to generate analytical reports, and those analytical reports will give you the idea how is your EHS system performing in the last 3 months or in the last month, how many near miss incidents have occurred, where they have occurred. You can conduct individual investigations and you can take action to avoid them. Right. So that's again, if you have a clear cut graphical representation of the incident patterns, definitely you can take action. Right. So that's again one of the advantages. Next, it will allow you to comply with all legal, safety, and sustainability regulations. Nowadays, there are so many rules and regulations that you cannot even count them, especially in the chemical segment or in pharma segment. For each and everything that you have to do in a manufacturing setup, there are regulations that you have to follow. There are hazardous waste regulations, dangerous goods regulations, hazardous substance regulations, environment related regulations are there, occupational health and safety regulations are there, product compliance regulations are there. I mean, there are so many regulations that without a software you cannot manage everything. There are tens and hundreds of compliance reports that you have to generate. So, again, you have to work towards zero harm. You have to work towards reducing GHG emissions. You have to work towards sustainability goals. The regulations are just keep on increasing. They are not going to reduce. They will just keep on increasing. So how are you going to satisfy and fulfill all these regulations? If you don't have a software like SAP, it becomes a very difficult task. You have to keep a big team of at least 10-15 people who will be continuously working on this regulatory part. It's very difficult indeed. But by using a software like SAP, at least to some extent, you will be relieved so that you can generate all the necessary compliance reports, all the data related to regulations will be there at one place. You can generate the reports. You can share those reports with the authorities. It is much easier. So no matter whether the regulation is related to the legal requirements, safety or sustainability, by using SAP EHS module, you will be able to cater to the all needs of the regulations. Right? That's again a very major advantage. And finally, of course, we have a risk assessment applications where we can identify the hazards in a plant or a company, and we can proactively do the risk assessment, and then we can plan for the control measures, right? So that's another major advantage. These are some of the advantages, but apart from this, there are many other things as a SAP software itself. But when we speak about SAP EHS, these are some examples. Okay, guys. So because of these reasons, because of these advantages, SAP EHS has become a very popular topic, and many industries are accepting SAP EHS module and they are implementing it. No matter whether it's a oil and gas industry or chemical industry or pharma space, it doesn't matter. SAP EHS is gaining a lot of popularity. So along with your other core modules like FICO, MM, SD and all, SAP EHS is nowadays very common. In most of the industries, you can find SAP EHS module. Okay, are we clear so far? Any questions? Are we clear? Let me know if you have any questions so far, or I'll continue.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
Sir,
Yes. Yes,
hello.
Anand. Yes, yes, I can hear
Sir. But there is a no scope for freshers, sir,
you. Why so? I mean, you have experience in construction,
because
right?
I have done,
Hmm.
yes, sir.
Hmm.
I have around 10-year experience, but
Hmm.
I'm now applying for IT sector
Hmm.
because I have done EHS SAP training module.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
no one is approaching to fresher candidate.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. No, it is not true, Anand. I can give you many examples from my own student. I don't know who was your trainer. See, unfortunately, I don't have much information on your trainer and institute and all. But as far as I know, my students,
Okay.
they are placed in good organizations. Like many of them are working for Infosys, for Yes Technologies. And you should know how to prepare your CV, Anand. See, I have absolutely no idea. Maybe you can speak with Sana and get more
No, sir.
information. But you have to prepare your
No, sir.
CV in such a way that you should get first selected. At least your CV should get shortlisted. If you
Okay.
if
Okay.
you don't prepare your CV as per the IT standards, then let me tell you, it will be very difficult. You cannot get.
Okay. Okay, sir.
You have to properly prepare your CV. You have to upload it on Naukri and other portals, and you have to provide the relevant information. If you simply say SAP or if you simply say SAP EHS, they will not come to you. You have to provide enough
Okay.
information. What are the components you know? Whether you know incident management, whether you know risk assessment in the SAP, product safety, are you aware of? Each component you have to break down and you have
Product
to
safety,
provide the yes, hazardous waste
hazardous
management,
waste, uh,
but you have to provide all
MSDS,
that information
material
clearly.
safety data sheet.
Hmm. Have you provided all that information to the companies?
No, sir. I don't have a sample of CV in SAP EHS.
It is okay. It is okay. But what I'm trying to say is, when you prepare your CV, it has to be prepared in a manner that will attract the IT companies. You have to provide information. If you
Oh,
have learned about product safety, you should tell, yes, in product safety, I know these things. I know substance
yes,
volume tracking.
yes, yes,
I know global label
yes, yes.
management. Yeah, you have to break up and you have to just showcase your skills. That is why I
Okay,
don't have
okay, sir.
information, but as far as my students are concerned, many of them are working in good
Oh,
organizations.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, in Pune itself. I mean, you have Infosys in Pune. They are working there in
Yes,
Edge
yes, sir.
Technologies. They are working, and also some of them are working in Capgemini. There
Yes,
are
sir.
many examples. Yeah.
Cognizant, Infosys,
Yes. Yes.
Cerebrum,
But
Sybase,
always there are
that,
opportunities. If you go to Accenture website,
yes, sir.
anytime you can go and
I,
apply. It is possible.
yes, yes. Also in TCS, sir. I applied many times,
Hmm.
but I didn't get
Hmm.
any call.
I don't know. First, check how you have prepared your CV. It should be prepared well. Only then they will
Okay,
shortlist. Otherwise, it's
okay, sir.
difficult. Hmm.
I will take guidance from you, sir, after this
Yeah, fine, Anand. Fine, no
session.
problem. Okay. Yeah. Any other question, guys? So, see, this is one of the very common questions often I'll get. If we don't have experience, we are not going to get the job as a EHS consultant. That is absolutely wrong. See, any job you take up, even those people who are applying as a peon or even those who want to work as a sweeper, they have to show some experience. There is no job in this world where they say freshers are welcome. I don't see any job with that statement. Every job requires, they will ask you for experience, but knowledge has precedence over that. If you have good knowledge, if you have good experience working as a EHS professional, definitely that is more than enough. I am a living example. There are many of the other students also who are placed in good companies. Okay, so don't worry about whether they will consider my CV or not. It's all rubbish. Definitely they will consider, provided you can convey the correct information to them. Otherwise, it's difficult. Okay, fine. So, any other question before we carry on? Okay, fine. So, let us continue. So, what are we actually going to learn in SAP EHS module? There are totally 8 components. In fact, there are 7 of them, but I consider it 8 because under product safety, we have a global label management that I take up separately. So, in total, there are about 7 plus 1 components in SAP EHS. We start with basic data and tools. General overview of EHS will be given regarding the applications of EHS in SAP and about the configurations and all. Some idea I'm going to give you. And then we'll start with basic data and tools, which is a component used to create the EHS data. Now, let's say, for example, if you want to create a data for some chemical, let's say if you want to create MSDS, you need to create that in a component called basic data and tools. So it is a component which is used to create EHS data. And in this basic data and tools, we are going to study about specification management, and we'll see how to create the phrases in phrase management, and a little bit about the report management also we are going to see. But in this, the most important part is specification management. This is where you will create the EHS data. That data may be related to your chemicals, related to hazards. The data, if you want to create on hazardous waste, if you want to create the data on dangerous goods, for example, all those things are created in your basic data and tools, especially in specification management. So I will not go into detail, but at this point in time, just remember basic data and tools is used to create the EHS data, right? We'll see details when we get into this basic data and tools. So in this, 3 components are important: specification management, phrase management, and report management. Next, after this, we have again a very important topic called product safety. In EHS management, the same component is renamed as product compliance. Again, it is just a refurbished data. Product safety, product compliance, both are almost same, right? So product safety mainly deals with the hazardous substances, and using the product safety component, you can generate the reports, you can approve the reports in this. So we are going to see how the reports are managed in product safety component. So those reports can be your standard operating procedures or MSDS reports or any other product related reports. If you want to manage, we can do that in product safety. So we are going to study that in report information system. Then another important topic which I already told you about, substance volume tracking. There are hazardous goods or hazardous substance regulations which dictate that you have to maintain the hazardous substance quantity only up to a certain limit. You cannot exceed that limit. If the government says you can store only up to 1 ton of some chemical, only 1 ton is allowed. But you have a mechanism where you can automatically check what is the status of the quantity, and whenever that quantity is gradually increasing, let's say from 70% to 80%, then 90%, at each level there will be one alert message generated. That message will be sent directly to the concerned person so that they can take action and reduce the quantity. So that kind of an option we have available in substance volume tracking. So we are going to study that, very important in product safety. Then we are going to go to WWI report template. WWI is Windows Word Processor Integration, which is a software used to either design labels or to design the reports, and you can create report templates. Now, what is a report template? It is a blank document. It is like a format. You see, when you go to a bank and if you want to open a savings account, they will give you a form. You have to fill the form and then you have to submit it. Similarly, when you want to create any blank document, when you want to create a report template, there is a software that is available with us. We can design that reports and we can design the labels. So that is called WWI. We are going to see that how to use this WWI software. Okay. And then as a part of the product safety itself, we have global label management, which speaks on what are the different applications of labels in a company, what are the different types of labels we have, how to define the label size, how to define the label stock size. Yeah, so those things, it's all about the labels. We are going to study about the labels in GLM, right? So GLM is also important, especially in the pharma industries. They use this component very widely. So this is what we study in product safety: report information system, substance volume tracking, WWI report templates, and GLM. Okay. So another very important topic, product safety. Next, we go to the third component called hazardous substance management. Though it is not a very popular or not very widely used, but still it has some application when we speak about SARA reports. So hazardous substance management is a component which is used to manage the hazardous substance data. You see, whenever you are using hazardous substances, either in the form of raw materials or semi-finished products or products, the data related to those hazardous substances you have to maintain somewhere in a database. So what we use this hazardous substance management for, the hazardous substance related data we can manage in a hazardous substance master. All the properties, physical chemical properties of that hazardous substance, what are the firefighting measures, and the other toxicological information, regulatory information about the hazardous substance, we can maintain in hazardous substance master. It is a master record containing information on all the hazardous substances. Then thereafter, the information from the master record will be used to prepare SARA reports. Anybody know what is a SARA report? Does anybody know what is a SARA report? What does SARA stand for? Nobody knows?
I think SARA is a
Hmm.
regulatory compliance in the US, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, absolutely. You are correct. SARA is a US regulation which stand for Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. Okay. And if you are manufacturing some chemicals and those chemicals, if you want to sell in USA, you need to fulfill certain requirements. First of all, you have to take the permission from an agency called EPA, Environment Protection Agency. Just like how we have Pollution Control Board in India, US has EPA. You have to take their permission saying that we are going to sell our chemicals in United States and we need your permission. Once the permission is granted, every month you need to prepare these SARA reports and you need to submit this to EPA, where SARA stands for Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. So these reports are related to the hazardous substances, like how many types of hazardous substances you are using, which are the different categories of hazardous substances you are using on an average daily basis, what is the quantity you are maintaining. Okay, like that, the information on hazardous substances you have to prepare in a SARA report and you need to share the SARA report with the EPA. Again, very simple application. You just have to maintain the hazardous substance data in the master record, and then you have to prepare the SARA reports and share the SARA report with EPA. There are three types of SARA reports. When we go into this, we will study that in detail. We have SARA 311, SARA 312 Tier 1, and SARA 312 Tier 2. There are three types of SARA reports. What does each kind of SARA report contain? What data is maintained in each type of report? That we'll see that a bit later on. Okay, but at this point, just remember that SARA report is a regulatory report pertaining to hazardous substances. And this is only applicable in USA. Don't think you can prepare SARA report and share with European countries. That is not possible. SARA report has to be prepared and submitted to US agency, not any other. Okay, so that's what your SARA report is. Next, we move on to dangerous goods management. Again, it is a regulatory based component, dangerous goods management. Like, again, when you are manufacturing chemicals, petrochemical products, or any other dangerous goods like paint, for example, yeah, batteries, for example, all these are dangerous goods. So after manufacturing, when you want to transport these dangerous goods to your customer, when you want to deliver it, there are certain regulations that you need to fulfill. Those regulations are called as dangerous goods regulations. And when you want to transport those dangerous goods, there are certain things that you have to keep in mind. How much of the quantity of dangerous goods you are transporting? What is the mode of transportation you are going to use? What is the kind of packaging material you are using for packaging your dangerous goods? These things you have to keep in mind. And dangerous good is very similar to your hazardous substance. In fact, if you see the definition, both are same. Hazardous substance, dangerous good, both are same. But dangerous goods has more requirements that you need to fulfill, especially related to transportation, related to quantity and packaging material. There are many regulations that are available and you need to fulfill them. Some examples are like ADR regulation is one of them. IATA, you have IMDG regulation. These are the international DG regulations that you have to fulfill when you are using dangerous goods. And especially during transportation, you have to fulfill these requirements. So what we are going to study in this component is some basic concepts related to DGM, and then we'll see what are the different transportation categories that we can use in DGM. Then we are going to study about 5 to 6 internationally recognized dangerous goods regulations. Like I told you, ADR, ADNR, we have IATA, IMDG, CFR 49. Like this, there are well-known DG regulations. We have to know about them, what is the origin, and what are the requirements of these regulations, right? So we are going to have a brief overview about these DG regulations. Next, we go to another very important part called dangerous good master record. Dangerous goods master record is a master record which contains information about the dangerous goods. This master record will contain each and every information about the dangerous good, like what is the name of the dangerous good, what are the physical chemical properties of the dangerous goods, which DG regulation is applicable on this, how much quantity of this dangerous good we can transport, what is the type of packaging material we can use, okay, what type of vehicle we need to provide, Are there any special requirements? Like, do we have to provide a refrigeration system or not? Okay, and many more things. So this master record is very important when we speak about DGM. It will contain each and every information about the dangerous goods. So we'll see how to prepare this dangerous goods master record, and we'll take up this example.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, yes, I can hear
Sir,
you.
I have one question.
Yes,
If
yes.
hazardous substance and dangerous
Hmm.
goods,
Hmm.
both are similar, na, sir?
Yes, both are similar, but there are differences.
Yes, yes. If we categorize
Can
it physical, chemical,
no, no. The physical chemical properties are both for dangerous goods and hazardous substance. But tell me one thing: how is hazardous substance different from dangerous goods? Normally, I ask this question whenever I connect with students. This is one of my questions. How will you differentiate between the two? What is the difference?
I think it's explosive, sir.
Explosive. Both are explosive. Hazardous substance is also explosive. Dangerous good is also explosive. By the way, definition wise, both are same. Any substances that can cause harm to human health, animals, or the environment is called as a dangerous good as well as hazardous substance. Don't go by the definition. Tell me literally what is the difference. क्या difference है इन दोनों में? Dangerous goods and hazardous substance.
I think for dangerous goods,
Hmm.
transport, how, what are the safety,
Hmm.
precautions that we need to take into considerations for transport. Those
Hmm.
things are coming for dangerous
Hmm.
goods, and for hazardous, and
Hmm.
how hazardous substances are stored in the plants or locations. Those things
Hmm.
comes into the consideration.
Hmm. Yes, very good. That is one of the points. Yes. Anything else apart from that? I know we are getting late. Sorry, but this question came up, so I had to attend. Any other difference? That first point is absolutely correct. You see, when we speak about dangerous goods, transportation is something that is an integral part of DGM. No transportation, no DGM. But your hazardous substances are not like that. You see, the hazardous substances are localized. They are present in one location. They are present within a plant or a company. They are stationary. Most of the time, they are stationary. Maybe they are raw materials. Okay. But when we speak about dangerous goods, they are products. They are basically products, and we need to transport the product. Otherwise, how are you going to deliver to your customer? Right? So, transportation is one factor differentiating between a hazardous substance and a dangerous good. No transportation system is discussed in hazardous substances. But when we speak about dangerous goods, transportation is a must. How are you going to transport? How much quantity are you going to transport? You have to address these things. That is the first difference. Second difference is the packaging material. What is the kind of packaging material you are using for your dangerous good? See, your dangerous goods should not react with the packaging material. You cannot use plastic drums for packaging your sulfuric acid, especially you know concentrated sulfuric acid. You cannot put it in a plastic drum. You cannot package a explosive substance using a plastic material. Otherwise, it will become even more dangerous. When an explosive chemical is packaged using plastic, it becomes even more dangerous. If it explodes, it is going to cause more damage. So you have to choose a packaging material in such a way that the dangerous good should not react with that packaging. That is how you should choose. So packaging again plays a very important role in dangerous goods management. right? These are the two things. Apart from that, dangerous goods, hazardous substance, both are same. Physical chemical properties are also same, and other stuff is also same. It only is different when we are speaking about transportation and the packaging. Okay, I hope Anand, you got my point, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Okay,
got it.
fine. Chalo. Okay, next, another component we have waste management, where we are going to discuss all the waste related terminologies like definition of waste, what is a waste code, what is a waste catalog. So some basic stuff related to waste management we'll study in the basic data. When we go to the master data, we are going to understand what is authority assigned number, what is the entry document, what is the approval document. Okay, and we are going to see what is waste management business partner, how to create the waste management business partner. There are 4 roles given in waste management. Okay, that is waste generator, waste transporter, waste disposer, and authority. These are the 4 roles. So if you want to take the help of a vendor, first you have to create him as a business partner. Business partner could be some company that is responsible for disposing the waste, right? We call it as a waste disposer. There will be another company responsible for transporting the hazardous waste, right? If you are taking their support, if you are taking their services, you have to create them as a business partner. So how to create that, what data we have to enter, these things we are going to study in master data. Okay, waste management business partners. Similarly, the disposal process is also a very important part in waste management. There are different disposal documents which are available. For example, hazardous waste manifest in USA, simplified waste manifest in Germany, or you also call it as BGS. You called it as a internal document. There are many other names given for a disposal document. So we are going to create a disposal document and try to understand how this is actually created in the system. We will create one disposal document, right? So these things are mainly related to waste management, but again, a very important component if you are into generating hazardous waste. This is also one of the regulatory based topic. Okay, clear so far? Waste management. Next, we have a topic called industrial hygiene and safety. This deals mainly with the core concepts of EHS. You see, incident reporting, incident accident management, or risk assessment, or doing exposure management, work area management, implementing control measures. These are the core concepts in EHS. So all these core concepts we are going to see in industrial hygiene and safety. So this is mainly dealing with preparing risk assessments or reporting incidents or accidents. Okay, if you want to conduct an investigation, how you do it in incident report. Yeah, and also if there are hazards, we have to take care of the hazards exposure level, and we'll study that in exposure management. So more or less, this is a very vast topic, by the way. It's going to take some time for us to complete, but very important because it covers all the EHS concepts, right? So this is your industrial hygiene and safety, mainly dealing with EHS core concepts. Then finally, we go to occupational health. What is an occupational health? Occupational health is nothing but the health and well-being of the employees who work for a company. Their health and safety both are the responsibility of the employer. The employer has to ensure that the employees working in the company are taken care of, their health is taken care of, and they are working in a very safe environment. To ensure that, we have to send these employees for regular medical checkups. We have to provide them vaccinations. We have to report every injury or illness when it occurs in a plant. Let's say if there is an injury, we have to report it to the management. Okay, or let's say if the person is working in oil and gas, you have to send the employee every 3 months for a medical checkup. How do you plan the medical checkup? How do you maintain the medical records of all the employees? That is basically what we'll see in occupational health. Managing the health records of the employees, managing the medical records of the employees, their vaccination details, okay, their hereditary or their overall medical condition, the documents and the information we can manage in occupational health. This is also going to help us in scheduling the medical checkups. Let's say if there are 10 people who have to go for a regular medical checkup, we can schedule their medical checkup in advance. Or if some person is injured, we can create an injury report for him. So mainly related to health and well-being of the employees, we have a solution called occupational health. Okay, it is mainly about the data, the medical medical records for every employee you can manage in occupational health. It will help you in pre-employment medical checkup, post-employment medical checkup, and regular medical checkup. It is a very important component, I think, occupational health, right? So these are some of the components. Totally, there are 8 components, like I said, spanning each and every topic in EHS. It is an overall solution for you. You can manage any kind of EHS data in this SAP EHS module. And of course, apart from this EHS concepts, we are also going to learn some technical concepts like what are tables, what do you mean by integration, what is the integration happens between EHS module and other SAP modules. So some technical stuff also you will be requiring as a consultant, right? So these are some of the things that we are going to cover in the SAP EHS course. And I hope I was able to provide you enough information, though I took a long time, a lot of time in explaining these things. But I hope it is clear to you people. If you have any questions at all, do let me know before we end the session.
I mean, any practical example of generating data through SAP? Can you show us?
Yes, definitely we can.
And sir,
Yes.
many company ask what is end-to-end projects in this segment, and have you
Okay.
done 2, 3 end-to-end project? What is that, and
Mhm.
how to develop the CVs,
Developing the
and what
CV
is the
and all.
bare minimum 3 projects you have done?
See, actually, implementing end-to-end implementation means whenever any company wants to implement SAP software, let's say, for example, Tata Motors, let's say they decide they want to use SAP software. Okay. So what they'll do, they will approach the
Right,
IT companies. They will take some input from them, budgetary constraints, how much time it will require, what modules they want to implement, and they will start implement SAP. Okay, so this process, implementation of SAP software in any organization, is called as end-to-end implementation. Implementation of SAP
right.
software in any organization is called as end-to-end implementation. Maybe those companies that asked you, they may require someone who has experience in this. Maybe that is the reason they asked you. I will just show you one example because we are running out of time, but still no problem. Okay, 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, let's say I'll take you to CBIH 72 maybe. This is an application used to create injury illness log. Okay, so whenever you want to create any EHS data or if you want to generate any report, for each application there is a transaction code. See, all these are transaction codes, or they are called as commands. Okay. Now, if you want to generate any injury illness log, for example, you have to use this command CBIH72. And how do you generate an injury illness log? First, you have to create a injury illness log. For example, you see there are some of them. I'll show you. See, all these are injury illness logs which are already there in the system, created by users and provided by SAP. Okay, these are some examples. How do you create that? Again, you have to go into the application, you have to enter all the details. Like here, for example, let me just show you this data. Okay, this is an example. You have to enter all the details related to the injured person, what is the name of the employee, and was there any eyewitness or who is the supervisor of that affected person, what kind of first aid treatment was given to him, and about the event related details. How did he got injured, on which date, at what time he got injured, those details, what type of injuries were sustained by him. You can maintain this data, and where exactly you gave the first aid treatment to him, who was the first aider, etc., etc. All this data pertaining to the injury or illness of the employee, we can maintain in this log. Okay, this is an example. So we have maintained the data in a digital format for one of the employee. Now, if you want to generate a report from this, how do we do that? We have one option here called injury illness log reports. This is just an example. You can go to this, and in the report information system, that report will be generated. Okay, and if you click here on this icon, report icon, that will show you exactly how this report looks like. Now, this report, if you want, you can print out, take a printout directly, or if you want, you can download it and use as an attachment. It's up to you how you want to use this injury report. This is generated in MS Word, by the way. You see, this is a MS Word document, and this injury report is generated into this. Now, if you want to take a printout or maybe save it as a soft copy, it is your wish. Similarly, like that, again, let me show you one more example. I was actually telling you about MSDS sometime back. I'm sorry, guys, if you are getting late, I'm extremely sorry. Just bear with me for another few minutes.
Right, sir.
Let me generate, like for example, this is one of the data they have created for a chemical. It's a chemical product. Okay, and if you want to generate a MSDS, it's quite easy. Go to reports, a report from template, and select the generation variant maybe as a MSDS, because that is what I want to generate. You can choose. There are many different MSDS formats. You can choose whichever you want to. Maintain the data here. By the way, I will not go into details, but here you have to maintain the parameter values or the basic data that you want to see in that report, like company name, company address, who is the manufacturer, what is the product name, like that. That basic information you can maintain here. Then if you click on transfer, the system will generate a MSDS report for you. The system will generate a MSDS report like this. This is a sample report again. Right? So like this, any report that you want, any EHS report that you want to generate, you can do so. And see, I told you about WWI, it has to be designed first. The outline of this report or the format of this report, you have to first design it. The designing part is taken care in WWI. Okay. So these are some examples that I'm showing you. Right? So you have a lot of things, like you can create risk assessments and all. but we'll see that when we go to the topic. But here, these are just some examples I'm showing. Okay, so this is your demo system or demo server. This is where you need to practice. If you want to learn SAP EHS, this is exactly where you have to work. Okay, am I clear? Fine. Is it fine?
Yeah, you are clear, sir. This side,
Hmm.
Iqbal. Do I need to ask you one more question? Sorry to bother you. Sir, it is for the
Hmm.
standard company who they have implemented the SAP, they might
Hmm.
have the code generated for each and every item. But
Hmm.
suppose we are going for a raw company where we have to develop these codes and all, then how we
Hmm.
can process through? Can you put one example here?
Which code you are saying? You mean transaction code?
Yeah, transaction code. I mean, the different codes are there, na?
Hmm.
WA20, the
Hmm.
log codes and all, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
For a raw company, like we are the client, we have to develop
Hmm.
everything. Then how we
Hmm.
can approach to? I mean, what are the
See,
basis to?
there are lot of steps which are involved, Iqbal. First, you have to go and collect the requirements. You have to do the requirement gathering. Okay,
Right?
and
Data.
also we have something called as technical consultants. So if you want to
Right.
develop the transaction codes for the client, you have to take the help of a technical consultant also, because being a functional consultant, you cannot do everything by yourself. So you have to
Okay.
sit with the technical consultant. First, he has to write a program. What is a transaction code, by the way? What is a T code? There is a program behind every transaction code. So first that program has to be written, it has to be coded. They will run the program, check for any bugs, and if it is fine, then they will create a transaction code for that. That will be done by the ABAPer.
Right.
Yes. So technical stuff, it's not easy. You have to take the help of a technical consultant and then you can develop these things.
Okay. What
Hmm.
are the source for being technical consultant? If I'm a functional consultant,
Hmm.
I'm working on it, then what is the way to get technical consultant certifications?
Learn
I mean,
ABAP, learn ABAP programming language, or learn
okay.
Basis. Basis is also a technical
Okay.
module. Hmm. Or you can become
Right,
both. You
sir.
can become a techno-functional consultant. See, you can learn EHS
Right, sir.
module, you can learn ABAP,
Right.
and then you can become a techno-functional consultant. That is also fine.
Okay, right, sir. Thank you.
Hmm.
Sir, can
Yes.
you tell us your contact number so that we can have the
No, I cannot
individually
share that.
because
No, no, I'm sorry. I'm actually, there are
okay.
training coordinators here, so I cannot share directly. I'm sorry.
Okay, right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome, Iqbal. Okay, guys, any more questions from your end? Please do let me know. Uh, like it's been 1.5 hours that we have connected. I'm sure, or I hope that I have provided you enough information on SAP EHS module right from the beginning. Still, if you have any queries, do let me know.
So what is the fees for this course?
Sorry,
Thank you, sir.
What is the fees for the course?
I will be sharing that. I will
the
be
training
sharing.
coordinator will definitely provide you all the information. Administrative
Okay.
information will be given to you. Yeah.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Iqbal, welcome. Okay, guys, let me know. Are there any more questions? If not, then we are good to wind up.
Thank you, Nayas. I think we can
Okay.
wind up the
Yeah, yeah, we'll
session. Yeah.
wind up here. Okay.
Thank you.
Fine.
Bye.
Okay, chalo, everybody, take care. Bye.